Hello, everyone, and here we are live back again at Hefe Sports Hobbies. And today's episode is going to be the full weekend review of Saturday and Sunday of the 2025 Fanatics Fest that was live in New York City at the Javits Center. I am now 2 for 2. I went last year to the first Fanatics Fest. It was a wedding present. Got to see Cody Rhodes and Hulk Hogan, among a bunch of other people. Made some friends that I then saw this year. So it's just kind of fun that, you see people on the internet, you kind of become friends with them in real life, and then you get to see them a few times a year after that. So special thanks to all of them who've said hello to Hefe, me, walking around New York City, and vice versa. It was a pleasure meeting and saying hello to all of you. Over the last 2 years, I've only went to Fanatics Fest Saturday and Sunday. I've yet to go to Friday. I'm going to try and maybe think next year I go Friday, Saturday, maybe do all 3 days, but I've been a Saturday, Sunday type of guy. It's just easiest just because with hotel and everything. But the greatest hotel I've ever found was right on 37th Street. It was the Marriott, Courtyard Marriott, and get in, check in, they watch your bag. Right down the street, 10-minute walk, right into the Javits Center, and not far from Madison Square Garden, too. So, just love that spot, right? Had some time as soon as I got into New York City, got in there around 8:30, went to Harry's Bagels, got a nice little breakfast sandwich, had that, fueled my day. That filled me till about 4 p.m., and then after that, the hunger was starting to set in as I'm walking around the Javits Center, looking at this cool and amazing experience that Fanatics and Michael Rubin has developed. I will tell you this. It was 1,000 times better this year than it was last year. Although last year was phenomenal, but the layout was a little bit like, people everywhere. This year, the layout was a lot better than it was last year. Autographs on one floor, pictures on one floor, all the displays and interactions, custom cards that you could get made. I got custom cards made by CGC of myself, and they were great. They came out awesome. And the UFC. I actually got pictures Saturday, and then I had my Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig Championship with me on Sunday, so I got the pictures taken again. So I'm going to try and slab those for, my own little hobbyist, just to kind of have something cool to look at. So, and especially with the UFC ones, you could, sign your name on the back. So I'm right, Hefe Sports Hobbies on the back there. So that was kind of neat. But walking around Saturday, as soon as I got there, number one mission on Saturdays was I wanted to get one of these Eagles soccer jerseys, which were only exclusive to the Fanatics Fest. I got in there. My buddy Jeremy wanted a Ravens one. I'm about to walk out, and they were like, only one per person, so I had to get back in line to get my buddy Jeremy one too. So hope you appreciate that. He still needs to come pick that up. So if you're watching that, come pick that up, because I got that for you, buddy, okay? But these are great. I got an extra large so I could, grow into it a little bit, get the muscles going, or, just eat more food during the summer. That's usually what happens anyway. But very happy with this purchase. It was $100 with taxes and tag. So happy with that. Next thing is, I only had 4 autographs that I scheduled for over the weekend. Rey Mysterio and The Undertaker were on Saturday, and then Mike Schmid and Dominic Mysterio were on Sunday. So Saturday, Rey Mysterio, got him on the rookie card. I was going to get him signed with the silver Sharpie, and then I saw people using this blue deco paint, but then for whatever reason, it bled on the card, and a little upset about it, but I totally, it's what you get when you try to get autographs. So you try to, sometimes I'm like, I'm going to expand the paint pens and things like that. Silver Sharpie, blue Sharpie, black Sharpie, you know what? That's all I'm doing from this point forward, but just because you just never know what certain paint pens and they are. And if they're not your own, you just trust them, and then they could be old, they could be not, but whatever. My fault. So I should have just got it on Silver Sharpie, but still happy to meet Rey Mysterio. I missed him last year because the Fanatics Fest, I missed him last year because Cody Rhodes was there. There was a line for Cody Rhodes, and Cody Rhodes had the left, and then I missed the time that I had to get the rookie card signed by Rey Mysterio, so I kept the same rookie card and, got that done this year. Might try and get that signed again so I could get it in silver Sharpie so it's a little bit nicer and then, offload the other one, but I don't know. We shall see. My next autograph was The Undertaker, probably my favorite wrestler of all time through all his entrances and iconic moments that he had throughout his illustrious career. I've seen The Undertaker wrestle in high schools, regular arenas, and stadiums. And ironically, he's been in every part of my life since a childhood, so it's kind of neat to be now married in my other new house. Like every part of my life, The Undertaker has been a part of, so it's kind of neat to meet him again. This is my second time meeting him, and I got a Super Nintendo poster signed that I got in the Super Nintendo game that my cousin Dan and I got years and years ago back in 1994. So I already have it signed by Diesel and Razor. That was a random thing. I got into you buy this package, you get all these autographs. I had the photo with them, and I had nothing else to sign, so I decided to get this poster signed. And I said, why not make this a project? Then got it signed by Bret Hart, then got it signed by Lex Luger, then got it signed by 123 Kid, also known as X-Pac. And I said, well, I need two more people. One is The Undertaker. The second is Shawn Michaels. Shawn Michaels is not featured on the poster, but he's on the game. But then I might get that signed because I have essentially everyone of the Clique on one item. So that's kind of neat. Eventually probably get signed by Triple H. He wasn't around in 94, but he runs the WWE now, so kind of will be okay. So, handed this to The Undertaker. The Undertaker has such a unique autograph. I tried to give him as much space as I can, but I didn't want him to draw on anybody else's face. The autograph came out, 95% perfect. He kind of went over his U again at the end there. Not sure why. I was a little upset about it, but I still have the autograph from The Undertaker to complete on a childhood item that I've had for, close to 30 years now, little over 30 years. So very happy to get that. Then I'm walking around. I saw my friends from Stand Up Displays. So if you don't have any of their products, please be sure to go check out Stand Up Displays. I'm going to tag them in this video so you can go to their page. They have these cool little PSA stands that you can put your slabs in, but they also create their own stand-up displays that you can put your own little logo or your Instagram name on front of their stand. So I got one made for the Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig Champion. And every time, as you all know, fans of Hefe Sports Hobbies, as you all know, I crown a Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig Champion, whatever a cool story autograph that I get all comes through and beats out the previous story. So for the longest time, probably almost close to 500 days now, Wolfgang has been the Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig Champion because he drew me in a couple of TTM returns and himself and gave me the greatest returns that I could ever ask for through the mail. But I got this stand-up display, so when the new Sweet Sig Champion is crowned, I can put the autograph on there, which you will see that this next story, that Logan Paul is now the current Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig Champion, because after stand-up displays, get this out, I run into LeBron James. I was 5 feet away from LeBron James, and if I could ever be that close to LeBron again, I'd be a happy man. I had my pen out, ready to go. It was a very, very low chance of me getting LeBron's autograph, but I was ready just in case. Security guard after security guard, but shortly after that, same type of scenario. Security guard. Then there's a space come up. There's Logan Paul. There's me standing right there. I hand him my pen. He gives me a big LP Rush signature, but I will take it. Signed it, kept going, and I'm like, oh yeah. And he was like, oh yeah. and I got Logan Paul's Sweet Sig signed in blue, which deemed him and earned him to be the current Hefe Sports Hobby Sweet Sig champion, which you'll see in this video my reaction right here. I just got Logan Paul's Sweet Sig signed in blue! And as you can tell, the excitement, that was so exciting to get that on a whim and randomly. I wish I had video of him signing it. Tried to get it certified. They wouldn't certify it because it was a rushed autograph. I totally get it. But that autograph is 1,000% authentic. I just wish I had video footage of it. But what are you going to do? What are you going to do? For the love of the game, you do it to collect and for the stories. But I just like to have things certified just because it makes it more and more totally legit. So there is that. Now, the other thing is, the one of the coolest thing is, I've seen Tom Brady items before, but inside the card vault, Tom Brady's personal collection, you see all his rookie cards signed by him, that I believe they're all in his personal collection, but to see his playbooks that he wore in Super Bowls and Super Bowl tickets, all signed by him, a game-used helmet that he wore, I believe, for when he won the Super Bowl with the Tampa Bay Bucks. So it was pretty neat to see that. Probably the most iconic and insane Tom Brady collection that he has of himself, which is kind of pretty neat. But it's cool that he puts it on display so everyone can enjoy it. And then you kind of walk around. I talked about the cards and things that you could get personally made. The other cool thing is, last year I did like an announcement or an intro to the Fanatics Fest inside the Octagon. Well, I did that once again this year just because, one, I get to be inside the Octagon, and two, I get to show off my announcing skills because it was live, baby, at the Fanatics Fest inside the UFC Octagon. So that was kind of neat to do that 2 years in a row. And now, after the event, I went back to my hotel, went out to eat, went back to the hotel, took a nap, woke up, went back to Harry's Bagels, got a dozen of bagels to bring home for my lovely wife, the First Lady, Emily. So got her a nice little treat from New York City. And then it was on to Sunday's festivities. First up the bat, walking around once again, Mike Schmidt. I got him to sign his 1973 Topps rookie card, which is an iconic card in itself, and a Sweet Sig signed in blue. That is already off to PSA, getting graded, and the autograph graded as well, hoping to come back. If that autograph is not a Gem Mint 10, I'm not sure what is. But looking forward to get a mid-grade card, hopefully a 5 or higher, and then the autograph to be a 10. So excited for that. After that, 12 p.m. for Mike Schmidt, 12:15 for Dominic Mysterio. So I wasn't sure really what to do. So then I talked to one of the guys. They said, we'll put you down here. Met a nice family. They had me stand with them. Got to meet Dominic Mysterio then. So cool to meet Ray on Saturday. Cooler to meet Dom on Sunday, because I've been watching since 2005 the Dominic, Eddie Guerrero, and Rey Mysterio storyline, and here we are, 20 years later, and it's still in full effect. That ladder match at 2005 in D.C., not too far from where I live, that epic ladder match for custody of Dominic Mysterio. So I thought that was kind of cool to, kind of meet all of them. I never met Eddie Guerrero, only saw him once in Philadelphia, but still pretty cool. Walking around once again, meeting some of my cosplay friends. I met the Machoverse once more time, and then Roman Reigns cosplayer, and a couple other people that I've known. I got announced by my good buddy Mr. Cruz, so thank you for that. Looking for that video coming up. And then another cool little treat is towards the end of my stay at the Fanatics Fest, Brandon Graham was up on stage doing an interview. Not many people were there, so I was right up in front. He was talking about being a dad, retiring from the NFL, sacking Tom Brady at the Super Bowl and Pat Mahomes. So it was just really neat to be a part of that moment. After that interview was, I saw him walking around, got a selfie with him, tried to get his autograph, but he wasn't doing that at that time, which is okay. I got him actually TTM a couple years ago, so I appreciate Brandon Graham for that. He was actually on the Christmas episode for TTMs. It might have been our first Christmas episode between the First Lady and I, but special thanks to him for that. And then after he left, here comes Cam Jordan chilling on stage. So he was there saying, goodbye to everyone. I believe it was his show, or he was associated with whatever podcast that was being shot or recorded at that moment. And then he was like, I'm going to sign some autographs for everyone. So he actually took my blue Sharpie, signed everyone's stuff, and then gave it back to me along with gave me his autograph too. And I got a selfie with him as well. So that was super neat and super cool to be a part of that. And then I kind of just walked around for a little bit. At the end of, I can only imagine how people feel at the end of 3 days. At the end of 2 days, it gets a little exhausting. So always happy to be able to do things. My life motto is to do things when you can and while you can. And I'm so happy that I was able to afford and save up and go to this event that I'm hoping to go to every year from this point forward. All depends on, where life takes us. So very excited for that. Special thanks to the First Lady for being an amazing wife. And special thanks to everyone that I met at the Fanatics Fest. It's always a lot of fun to meet all of you because we're there to do what we like to do, see sports stuff, collect autographs, but then it's also fun to kind of be a part of our little community as well. So looking forward to seeing all of you in the future, and for everyone else who follows Hefe Sports Hobbies, me, Hefe, I cannot thank you enough. And this, once again, is Hefe Sports Hobbies, where those autographs come through the mail. Sometimes, and in person, we get those autographs as well, and the stories last forever. Peace out, people. Be safe, because I will be seeing you all soon.